You can always find a hawk by the crows. It's my red-tailed hawk that has a nest over here. If you want to find an owl, you listen to the blue jays. They torment them. I see it right there. I hear it. Right over there. The nest is like up in there. There's a turkey vulture flying around. The reason the turkey vultures are around is because I brought in more corpses. They can actually smell death. And they don't have any feathers on their head because they put their heads into carcasses, and having feathers would defeat the purpose. And that's why they're so ugly. From a human standpoint, probably look good to each other. Like, ooh, you got a balder head than I do. The eagle's nest, or the hawk's nest, is up there. She had a baby 1 year and it fell down while I was camping, and I didn't like come back here and disturb her nest because she yells at me. If I would have known, I would have got the hawk and taken it to an animal rescue place, nature center or something. But it ended up going way out there and going after a rotting corpse on the road and got hit. So I dissected it, and I'll use the wings as curtains in my cabin. Everything that I have in my cabin is going to be from this property, which includes an 8-point buck skull I found in the pond, because they go for water when they're being killed, or when they're dying. And I got a turtle that still had eggs in it. A coyote ate its head off, or a raccoon. So that will go in there. And I have a black rat snake that I saw get hit on the road, so I cut his head off and tail off and ate him. And then I tanned the hide. So that'll go in as well into the cabin. Bugs. Luckily no ticks yet, but you never know. You get these nymph ticks. They're real tiny. You can't see them. They're like the size of a grain of pepper. But man, they leave a nasty bite. I only had 2 in me last year. One of the reasons I don't have a shirt on, so I can feel them. They actually drop out of the trees. So you have to be really careful. I'm going to go over to the skunk cabbage patch, where I'll be doing infrared pretty soon, and see if I can find any sheds or dead animals on the way. So that's our property line back there. This is another freshwater stream that goes into the Vermilion River, and this will all be covered in skunk cabbage. Like, you won't even see the ground in probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is a game trail right here that I've been following. Probably has a ton of ticks on it, within it, but that's just what you gotta do. I'll do a tick inspection when I get back, like I always do, but they will sit on your cling to your clothes and you won't even know it. I think I see a bone over there. It's nothing big. I'll let it go. But that's our property, 5.5 acres, and that's where I'm building the chicken shack. That's the name of my cabin, because that's my motto. Well, not my motto, my logo is the sea chicken. And I don't know if you notice, as I'm making these videos, I don't really edit them. It is what it is. And that's the whole basis of my YouTube channel, is grab a beer, let's go. This is real life. I'm not faking anything. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. This is what I do. This is how I live. This is what the American dream is all about. A lot of people died for our liberties, and I don't take that for granted. You can see all the skunk cabbage coming up. It smells like skunk weed out here when they're in full bloom. And I'll shoot it in infrared, which turns them bright red. They'll look even cooler. I hate stepping on them. One of my rules when I'm out in the woods, I never go back the way I came, because it doesn't make any sense to do so. Who knows what you'll find out here? And that's the joy of it. Ooh, there's a skunk cabbage that's really coming up. Purple. But it may be called skunk cabbage. Do not eat it. It's like extremely toxic, like the way they killed Socrates. They made him eat a poisonous plant and die slowly and suffer, because he was doing what I'm doing now, which is enjoying the freedom of being alive and the freedom of choice, which I do not take for granted. All my family members were military members. One still is. Vietnam War, Korean War. They fought so I could do this. So I could experience firsthand God, which in my vocabulary, my mindset, is nature. This is the closest I can get to God without dying. And I try to do it as often as I can. This is my church. This is my favorite tree. Mighty old oak tree. It's been here since the beginning. Here's one that didn't make it. A lot of trees have fallen because of the crazy weather we've been having. And most of this soil is just sand, because it used to be on the bottom of an ocean, a lake, a Great Lake of Lake Erie. I'm gonna go down this way and around. I went through down there earlier. Maybe I'll find something.